Hey everybody, I thought we'd switch things up a little bit. I've got my wife Diggergirl here, and we're gonna just do a little interview. And so I'd like to ask you a couple questions. If you all have questions for Diggergirl, please put them in the comments below, and maybe if this is popular, we'll do another episode at some point. Anyhow, so Diggergirl, what year did you start digging, and why?
Well, I started digging because I met you, and we were in the library because you had to go to the library to get internet at that time.
Mm-hmm.
We were in the library, and there were 2 computers available, and you were on one of them, and I was waiting, and we started chatting, and you told me you were going to a metal detecting conference, which I thought was very bizarre because the only metal detectors I ever heard of were in the airport. And I thought you were a strange sort of person. But then I got to know you, and you took me metal detecting, and we've been going ever since.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome. My second question is, what was your first silver coin?
You should tell that story.
Okay. So
it was like the second time I was metal detecting.
Yeah, it was like your second or so time, yeah. And we went to a one-room schoolhouse up in southern Indiana and started metal detecting there, and we were finding like Indian head cents and things. I was with Hillbilly.
I wasn't finding anything.
Well, you weren't finding much, but we found like 1 or 2 Indian head cents each. And we're trying to figure out if there was a privy, and like, should we probe the privy? It was in the middle of the woods, and like, I don't know, it was kind of a hot mess. And then all of a sudden, Diggergirl comes up like with a coin in her hands, and she's like, "Is it a token?" And I'm like, I was just speechless. It's like all covered in dirt, and I'm just like, what the holy heck is that doing here? And how did you find a silver dollar as your first silver?
I think it was like my first coin.
I think it was. I'm just totally shocked. Anyhow, but this is the coin that was rescued from the woods of the one-room schoolhouse. Yeah.
I don't know how I didn't scratch it. There were roots everywhere.
Oh my gosh. I'm amazed. I'm totally amazed. Yeah. Congrats. All right. So what other finds of yours do you think are your favorites?
Well, I always like finding things that you think are impossible.
Well, there's a lot that I think is impossible until one of us finds it. So, what are you thinking?
So there was one day, I think it was in the summer, and we went out, and it was very hot here in Louisiana, and maybe we were out there for like 3 hours or something, and I was like, this is too much. I want to go home. Get me out of here. And I was taking off my boots, and I looked over by the car as I was taking my boots in this like trashy area with all kinds of trash and aluminum and whatever. And it's like, I found a gold thimble. You were like, no way.
Yeah, I mean, nobody ever says that. I mean, like, I'd seen one ever that had been dug anywhere.
But it was, indeed.
Oh my gosh. I get chills every time I pick this thing up. Like, that is just crazy.
And it was in that shape too, just this little crack and
absolutely crazy.
Otherwise.
Yeah, it looked like it had been repaired at one point in time. Holy cow. Yeah, and it's like you don't expect that color just washed out of the ground, like on top of the ground.
I thought it was gold plated, honestly, but it's
Wow.
not. It's solid gold.
So when you said I found a gold thimble, you were just like thinking it was just like gold plated.
Yeah, I thought it was gold plated.
Oh wow, that makes a little more sense. Like,
otherwise I would have been a lot more excited.
Oh my god, yeah, like that's just nuts. But yeah, it's one of those things that you'd never expect to find, and you probably never find again. You found the gold thimble, like that's for both of our lifetimes, right? So pretty amazing.
Maybe it was a trend.
Yeah, I'm hoping that lightning strikes twice. All right, Digger Girl. So what else what other finds are your favorite finds?
So I'm going to continue on the theme of surprising you.
Okay, I like to be surprised. I mean, it gets harder to do over the decades, but I like to be surprised.
So this one surprised me too, as well. I think it was another one of my early hunts, and I thought that I wasn't finding anything, like y'all had found everything. And anyway, so I took us back to my apartment at the time and got around to cleaning it. And I remember texting you or calling you maybe, I don't know, just being like, I see the word Lincoln.
My gosh. Yeah, that is an Abraham Lincoln campaign token from the 1860 election. And it would have had a daguerreotype in the center there that had his face on it, and it says 1860 at the bottom and Abraham Lincoln across the top. And the crazy thing about this is, like, of course, the daguerreotype is gone. I think it had Hannibal Hamlin, his running mate, on the back. But, you know, gold gilded at one time, Abraham Lincoln campaign token. Goodness, like crazy. Awesome find. Totally awesome.
And from almost the same, well, from the same area. It wasn't the same site, but the same area. I found this, which I knew was going to be good because I could kind of see the picture, but I didn't realize it was another campaign button.
Yeah, so, yeah, William Henry Harrison and Reform. That's, I think that was for the 1840 election, if I remember correctly. So that was a campaign button for William Henry Harrison. Just an incredible piece of American history right there. Yeah. Totally impossible. Surprising finds, right? So please vote in the comments and let us know what your favorite find of her favorite find was. So what else you got?
So this took me forever to find. I think I found it last year or the year before? The year before last?
Yeah, a couple of years ago.
And so I'd been detecting, I don't know, like 10 years,
yeah,
something. I never got a large scent, which was sad to me.
Wow.
But I had a lot of other stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's still my only large scent.
Yeah, it's, you know, down here in Louisiana, like, we have a really low number of copper coins. So it's like you dig silvers all day, but you just cannot get yourself over a copper. Like, we might dig a large cent or a copper a year or 2 coppers a year max.
Oh, max.
Yeah.
Every 2 years.
Every 2 years, yeah. So this one, we were digging out in the Virginias, and she found that pretty copper. It's nice. It has the date. It's got Liberty on it. You can read the details really nice. Yeah. Congrats. All right. So what's next on tap?
So this next find isn't that exotic, but I remember the day really well. It was just like perfect weather and perfect conditions. And it was a site where we had found quite a few Civil War relics. And I just really like this one.
Yep, and that is a tent rope tightener. And I actually don't have an example of one of these. So you've got the only one. I think these were, it was like just slightly post-war. They were actually, the War Department said, we're going to start using these things. I think before that they had, you know, wooden ones and so forth. But that's a really nice example. It's not destroyed by the plow at all. Really great green color. Just a really nice piece. So yeah, I can see why you like it. I don't think I found a whole lot that day, did I?
No, you didn't.
Yeah, cool. All right, so what's next?
So this next find is from another kind of really nice day where it's just beautiful weather. And I actually found, I think it was the most silvers I've ever found in one day. At
Wow.
that time.
Wow.
But I have an unpopular opinion about silvers.
What's that?
All coins kind of look the same.
Oh. So you're not a coin person.
Not really, no. Unless it's my first coin, which happened to be a
A silver dollar, for God's sake.
So this is my favorite find from that day.
Oh, wow. Little tiny bottle. And it's an Oxen Pills bottle. It says trademark there, and it's got a giant ox with a club. And here it says Oxen Pills. Giant Oxy, Augusta, Maine. Proprietors. Yeah, what a great little bottle. Just like a little quack medicine bottle. Gosh, did it have any of the pills in it? No, they'd all disintegrated. Wow. That's really cool. I like it. All right, so Diggergirl, what else you got for me?
So this next one, I remember digging and not really knowing what it was. So I think it came up like that. I was like,
Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is crazy. Like, folks will be like, what the heck is that giant washer? But that's a coin, people. That is one of the thickest coins. It's like as thick or thicker than a cartwheel, British cartwheel. It's from around the same time. That's a 2 sols French coin. And you can see the date here is King Louis. And it's 1799, 1792. Just like, that's just killer. I bet that was an amazing signal.
Yeah.
And I remember sitting there and like trying to figure it out and being like, what is it? What is it? Is it British? Is it French?
Meanwhile, I was digging.
Meanwhile, you're like trying to find more. You're like focused out on it. And I'm like spiraling, you know, trying to figure out what the heck. Like, look how thick that is. That's just nuts. That's nuts. But what a great coin. That's one of the most awesome colonial coppers I've ever seen. Look, wait. Isn't that crazy? Like, that's just nuts. Congrats. All right, folks. Well, this brings us to the end of this interview. I hope you've enjoyed seeing Diggergirl's favorite finds ever. And please like, please share, please subscribe, and in the comments, please vote for your favorite. And don't forget, if you have any questions, we might do another interview at some point. Any burning questions for Diggergirl, drop them in the comments below. Thank you all for watching. See you next week.